Hello beauties, and welcome back to my channel. And this video that's going to be like how I prepared for my decluttering of my closet, and also like what I learned about like my shopping habits, and also like the things that I don't like. I'm gonna start with how I prepared. If you haven't seen my video of where I talk about my actual declutter, show you before and after pics and stuff like that, I will leave that up here in the corner if you want to check that out, because that will be more about the actual declutter. It's hard for me to explain, but how I prepared for my declutter was I would say I did three things. And I did discuss this a bit in my first video, where I said that the first step of decluttering anything at all is for you to feel like you want to declutter or feel that you need to declutter. And that's how I felt. I would say that my initial inspiration came from Hannah Louise Poston, and I believe a lot of you have been inspired by her as well. She did also inspire me somewhat for my low buy year that I'm doing right now. I have also decluttered my entire makeup collection, and I would say that it was a 50-50 inspiration from me decluttering my makeup collection and watching Hannah Louise Poston declutter her closet. That like brought me into the mindset of maybe I should also declutter my closet. And I think the main thing with my closet was that, and I mentioned this before, I love so many things in my closet, but they were just hidden behind a lot of things that like I didn't love as much. And the problem for me, I'm gonna say use problem very loosely here, is that I've had the same clothing size for almost 20 years. Yeah, almost 20 years. Or is it 20 years? It could be actually 20 years. You know what? It probably is 20 years. And that led me to not throw things away because they fit me. There's nothing wrong with them. And I felt vain throwing away things or donating things that I bought that still fit me and that there was nothing wrong with. But my heart didn't beat for them. I didn't want to wear them. And also during 20 years, your taste in clothing is gonna change a lot. And for me, I feel like the last 2 years have finally found like the perfect mix of things that actually fit me and make me look good and feel good, and things that are actually my style, and where those two things align. Because sometimes you buy things that you want them to be your style, but you actually don't look that good in them and you don't feel that good in them, even though you really want them to be your style. And after being very inspired by both decluttering my makeup collection and also watching Hannah Louise Poston declutter her clothing, I was like, you know what, I want to declutter my closet. And I was like, how do I prepare? And these are the things that I did, and I'm going to tell you like these worked for me. First of all, I heard Marie Kondo the first time on Hannah Louise Poston's channel, and I had never heard of her before. I had no idea what the KonMari method was at all, and I started watching her Netflix series. It was amazing, and I truly recommend you to watch that if you feel like you need some inspiration and to see what kind of situations others get themselves into as well. And maybe you can, like I did relate to some of the things that she said. And she also had some really good tips on like, don't keep stuff just because you feel guilty because you didn't wear them enough, like you didn't get value for your money. And that was the biggest thing in my closet. I kept things because I felt guilty that I didn't wear them enough. Like, I bought you, I should wear you more. I can't declutter you. I like some things I hadn't even worn once, and I felt guilty for buying them and not using them. And I felt like just watching that series, and I also read the books. That is like tip number 2 to, and maybe you can do both or do one or the other, but that helped me. I get some tips, and also like the whole thing that she said, just don't declutter one closet at a time, just bring all of it out at once, and then you will be able to see actually how much you have. And that also helped me, because then I saw like you don't need this much. So I decluttered about half of my collection, maybe even more to be honest. And this is one of the things that I learned, is that you don't need that much. Because I mean, I have a laundry machine. If I don't need that much. It's okay, I can have less. And so now I only have things that I really love. And I feel like that is the kind of inspiration that I got, and the kind of motivation to be like, you know what, I need to be more cutthroat. I need to get rid of things even though I feel guilty for getting rid of them. And I feel like that series on Netflix and the books really got me that kind of motivation and inspiration. And if you feel like that's the part you're lacking, maybe those can help you as well. The second thing that I did, and this is something that I haven't heard anyone like talk about this, but this really helped me, so I wanted to give you this tip, is that create a Pinterest board of all of the outfits that you can find that reflects your style, not only what you wear, but what you want to wear, reflects the style you want to have, and also reflects like the style that you wear where you feel the best. So again, like, don't put pictures in there of a style that looks good on others, but you know you won't feel comfortable in yourself. For example, I can see that super like short dresses with a big cleavage, it looks good on others, but I wouldn't feel comfortable in it where I am right now in my life, so there's no point in me pinning that on my Pinterest board. I will leave my Pinterest board down below. If you want to check me up on Pinterest, go right ahead. I will leave my Pinterest board down below where I saved outfits that I like, and it's quite a lot of outfits in there. And the thing is that when you do this and accumulate for a bit, if you are unsure what your style is and you're just starting out now, don't feel too stressed. Let it marinate for a bit, save a couple of things, and then when you feel like you've saved a bunch, you go back and you look through the feed. I will try and see if I can get my feed up here. You look through the feed and you see like, so what is my style? And you should pay close attention to things that you pin all the time, and you should pay even more close attention to the things that you don't pin. Because this is where I learned the most. And this is how I got prepared, because I noticed I never pin white pants. Never pin white pants. Don't like white pants, obviously. And I still had white pants in my collection. So when I started decluttering, I had in the back of my head, I had like, you don't like white pants. That's not your style. You get rid of them. Get rid of them. Somebody else will like them. Somebody else will like them and think that that's their style. Another thing that I don't really like is belts. I don't wear belts. I don't really like the big belt buckle thing. So I decluttered all of my belts but 2. And just going through that kind of stuff, it really, really did help me. And also the kinds of shoes that I don't like, what kinds of jeans that I don't like, and also the things that I do like. Like I pin, my preferred style is a pair of jeans with a shirt or a t-shirt tucked in. I saved a lot of those, and that made me realize that, you know what, it's okay for me to save like 15 shirts, because obviously that's kind of my style, and that is okay. I also noticed that I saved a lot of things that I was like, I saved so many like snake print shoes, and I don't own any. Maybe I should. And also I saved, what else did I save that I thought about? Like, oh, you saved so many of these and you don't own any. Oh yeah, more loose fitting jeans, like more like mom jeans and like straight cut jeans. I saved a lot of those, and I had like 1 pair, and I was like, obviously this is something I really like, so I'm looking into buying another pair. And I feel like these are the kinds of things that you pay attention to when you see them all at once. And also I noticed that I don't like pastels when it comes to clothes. I never wear pink clothes. I almost never wear all black outfits. And I know that this is like, when I say this, people are like, what do you mean? But I don't. I also don't like I don't like when clothes are like form-fitting all the way. I want at least one of the pieces to be a bit more loose. I also don't like super sexy revealing like dresses, but I used to, and therefore I have a lot in my closet, but it made it easier for me to declutter it, since I didn't see any of it in my Pinterest dream board. And I feel like now the things that I have left, they really do reflect my style and the style that I envision myself. And I also only save things that look really good on me. And this is where I come to like more things that I learned about myself, is that I tend to, and this is something that I need to remember, I tend to be, for instance, I love t-shirt tucked in like jeans. I told you that. But I love gray and white t-shirts tucked into jeans. But do I need 7 gray t-shirts? Do I need that? I had like 12 pairs of like ripped jeans. Do I need that many. And this is something I learned about myself. When I find something I like, I seem to think that I need 10 of them. And I really don't. I really don't, and I don't think you do either. Unless it's like your work outfit and you need to change every day and you can't use your laundry machine that much. But let's be honest, it's not that many of you out there. And that was like my biggest thing. I kept buying things that I loved, that I knew that I looked good in and that I felt comfortable in, but I kept buying more and more, and I don't need to. So for instance, I have my favorite gray t-shirt. I'm gonna wear it until I have a hole in it. I don't need to buy a new one until then. I have some frayed jeans now, tight frayed jeans. I have them, they're beautiful. They're amazing. I don't need to buy new ones. I'm gonna try and instead look at like my Pinterest board and see like what more things have I pinned that seem to be really my style that I haven't had, like that I don't have any of in my closet, because that's the kind of thing I should be looking into. And also like your style changes over time, and maybe like for a while something was really your style, and now that you think of it, like the things that you love to wear, the things that you feel the prettiest in, maybe it's not those kind of things anymore. And then you can, like Marie Kondo says, thank the clothes for the joy that they have brought you and for the amazing times you've had with them, but donate them or throw them away and just move on, because it's not you anymore. You don't have to commit to a style and have that style for your entire life. I don't. I know I don't. Although there are some things that I always love and I've always loved, and I will probably continue to love them for a really long time, even though they go in and out of style all the time. If you want to see a video about that, like things that have persevered in my collection over time, even though they're not always like in fashion, let me know, because I could totally film that. I did film this look, by the way. I don't know if I told you. I don't know if it's up already. I don't think so. But if it's up, I'll leave it down below. But I don't think it's up yet. But I did film it. So I tried to be cutthroat and just get rid of a lot of things. Like I donated and got rid of it. But I still feel like I have room in my collection for a couple of more things. But I'm going to try and be more mindful of what I add, because obviously I've been adding too much of the same and not using all of it. And also I've been keeping a lot of things or buying a lot of things that used to be my style, but it's not anymore, like just out of pure habit. I did also declutter all of my bikinis, and I talked a bit about this in my declutter videos. I have a nice body. I am a size 34, 36. And yet all of the bikinis I owned make me look like a baked potato. And I don't really understand why. There's no reason for me to buy stuff like that. So I threw away all of my bikinis, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the one. I'm gonna buy one bikini that really looks good on me, because there has to be one out there. Because it shouldn't really be that hard for me to buy a good bikini. Why have I bought so many ugly bikinis, or bikinis that aren't ugly but just aren't really that good on me? Makes no sense. I also get rid of a lot of shoes that I used to love before, but they were like really high heel party shoes. I don't wear that anymore, and just kept the shoes that really speak to me and I love, which is really funny. But when it comes to clothing, I love neutral tones, and I know that that's a bit weird when it comes to like, because my makeup style is so different, but I like jewel tones and neutral tones, browns and beiges and like burnt orange and yellows, and then also jewel tones like, you know, the dark greens and mosses and olive greens. I love stuff like that, or like really yummy burgundies. Those are the kind of colors I love wearing in clothes. And also I got rid of some things that didn't fit that color scheme, because right now my entire wardrobe is pretty much that color scheme, and I think that that is really nice. I do wear some black and white and gray and stuff like that, but I never wear an all white outfit unless I say one white skirt, and that is the skirt that I always wear when I go abroad on like a sun vacation, and I always wear that together with like a white tank top then when I have a tan, and I always feel so great in it. But I never wear white bottoms otherwise, so why would I keep them, and why do I keep buying them? I need to stop. So another thing that I've really learned from my declutter, now that my wardrobe is in such good order, is that now when I go into like web shops and I go looking for clothes, I put them in my cart, and instead of buying it, I just click out, because I'm just like, you know what, I wasn't 100% sure about this. Let's just not go through the hassle of ordering it and having to send it back if I don't love it, or feeling regret later on because it wasn't my style. And I feel now that I have so much more control over like the things I own, because now when I open my closet I can see everything. And I think that's also a problem before, why I bought so many similar things, is because I couldn't see anything. I was like, you know what, I don't know if I have the perfect pair of like brown suede heels. And now that I decluttered, I'm like, yeah, you do. I have like 5 and I love them, but I definitely do not need to buy a 6th pair, let's be honest here. So it has really helped me. It has really helped me, and it's taught me a lot about my clothing style and what I like and what I like to wear and how I want to be, how I want to look. Because I feel like I put on a lot of clothing before out of pure habit. Like, I used to wear this. This looks okay on me. It fits me. There's nothing wrong with it. But now that I've decluttered it and I can't put that piece on out of pure laziness because I've used it so much before, I started to realize other kind of combinations and other kind of clothing items in my closet that also works for going to work, but just makes me feel a bit better about myself and makes me feel a bit more stylish. And that's exactly what I wanted, because I feel better. There's like, I said that in my declutter video, there's like a big rock that's been lifted from my chest that I didn't even know I had, and I feel so much better about my collection, like my makeup collection as well, and my closet. It feels so much better. I feel so much more inspired in wearing the things I have and combining the things I have, and also adding things in my collection, but just not the wrong things. And if you want to see a video about me talking about like what I learned from decluttering my makeup collection, because there's been some things there as well. I decluttered a lot. If you see my Declutter series, try and remember and see if I can put it up here. Maybe I'll forget. If I forget, I'm really sorry. But I do have a playlist on my channel about me decluttering my makeup collection. It's basically called Decluttering My Collection. And if you want it, I think I decluttered like so much, like hundreds of things from my collection. And if you want to see a video about me chatting about what I learned from decluttering my makeup collection, do let me know, because I could totally film that as well, because there's been some things there's been some things for sure. I think that was everything. If you have any questions, do let me know. I will leave some links down below to some of the things I talked about, and also to my Pinterest if you want to check it out, because I feel like that was like the biggest help for me, just visualizing like, what is my style, what do I like wearing, what do I pin, what is the style that I envision that I want to have, what do I feel pretty in. So that board has helped me so much. So I highly recommend doing that, because I don't think I could have decluttered my collection as successful as I did without that, to be honest, because it really helped me to like visualize like, what do I want to keep, what is me and what isn't me anymore, and what never actually was me at all. Because there's been some things in my collection now that I like decluttered them, I'm like, why did I even buy that? That never was my style. It never was even intended to be my style. Sometimes I feel like when I'm shopping, I'm like, and I come home, I'm like, was I drunk when I shopped this? Because I don't know what happened here. But yeah, that was everything for this video. If you want to be subscribed to my channel, please do. I do upload like, I want to say like 4, 5, 6 videos a week, mainly about beauty. But I've been trying to do some lifestyle and fashion as well, because it's a big interest of mine and I just want to show more on my channel. But yeah, that was everything. I will see you in my next video, which will most probably be tomorrow. Bye!